Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Social Revolution podcast. Looks like we're in the dark this episode, so I will actually turn the light on right now. And there we are. And so we got a couple of things to actually discuss today. I got my Soviet weed flag over here. I'm drinking a milkshake, doing some proper Antifa praxis. And, well, we got some things to talk about today. We got debates to discuss, and we've got the drama on my channel over the Yang Gang to discuss. One of my real quick, for those of you who don't know, is coming up about this. For those of you who don't know, Andrew Yang is one of the Democratic candidates for president, and he's the guy who always talks about the free $1,000 a month. It's that one. It's the Asian guy who likes math, as he brands himself. It's that one. And I'm not going to say that there's no connection between the fact that he brands himself that way and the fact that he has, or supposedly has, white supremacist supporters. I don't know if he actually does, but I wouldn't put it past some Nazi to support him, I guess. I don't know. He's obviously not too keen on the whole nationalism ideology, but basically on my channel we've had I uploaded a video earlier in the week called Marianne Williamson adopts Andrew Yang's freedom dividend policy, his UBI policy, and I'm gonna find that as we speak. I'm gonna find these comments, the commenters, and we will see exactly what is going on. So I got a new subscriber from this video on the upside of things, but let's see here. Sorry, this is taking me a while. YouTube is YouTube, so it's kind of a given that that'll happen. Views, watch time, what's going up? Go to the video analytics, engagement, audience, reach. Where are comments? So, all of the comments on the video aren't here. I'm just going to go to the video itself. It would have been far easier. But, yeah, they're not all here. But they're in my sidebar. First person said, this was Clock a Day, said this. On average, food stamps pay $126 per month per person. Google it. Yang's 1K isn't screwing over low-income people. I could see it hurting overall if food stamps were $700 per month. Well, my rebuttal to that point would be, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that it doesn't stack with food stamps. So you can't, it's not screwing over low-income people. Well, if it's screwing them out of their $126 per month, then it is like, don't you think it's better that they get $1,126 per month than not? And I don't understand your point when you say I could see it hurting overall if food stamps were $700 per month, because that's still less than 1,000. So it seems like by your own logic, you don't actually know what you're talking about. But the next commenter in the Yang Gang said, what? Where is it? Where are you? You probably shouldn't make the video without doing more research into why the freedom dividend would actually help millions of Americans and hurt virtually nobody. Deadshot said. I don't know why I can't see this guy's full comment anymore. Everybody will still something. He said something. Everybody will still something. He was basically saying like, oh, I remember what he said. He was like, hey man, think a little harder about this. It's like, dude, you didn't address my actual point, my actual criticism of the policy. You didn't actually listen to what I said in the video and hear that my problem is that it doesn't stack with the existing social safety net. Safety net doesn't stack with it. So, therefore, it's right-wing UBI. It's right-wing UBI. What else did they have to say? Ivan Daniel left 2 comments. He said, Martin Luther King championed universal basic income because it is the single most progressive move in the right direction. That sounds like a talking point. That right in the end seems like something that he heard Yang say himself. But Martin Luther King championed a universal basic income that would stack with the pre-existing social conditions, I'm quite sure. I don't think, I mean, we can literally Google this. MLK UBI. On the record for a guaranteed income. Martin Luther King Jr. fought for universal basic income. In his final years, Martin Luther King Jr. became increasingly focused on the problem of poverty in America. This is from Big Think. Despite being widely known for his leadership role in the American Civil Rights Movement, he played a central role in organizing the Poor People's Campaign of 1968. The campaign was one of the first to demand a guaranteed income for all poor families in America. Guaranteed income would be universal basic income. Today, the idea of a universal basic income is increasingly popular, and King's arguments in support of the policy make a good case some 50 years later. This was the thing that he championed in the final year of his life. Yeah, I don't know if I can find literally the fact that he championed a universal basic income that was leftist, but I'm quite sure he would, because he was a literal socialist. People don't know this, but Martin Luther King was the OG SJW, a socialist, and That's the real tea. But fuck. So this guy left another comment. Ivan Daniel left another comment. He said, just because libertarians like the freedom dividend doesn't make it a bad idea. I didn't say that because libertarians like the freedom dividend, it is for a bad idea. I didn't say that, but and the current he says, and the current programs are horrible because they trap people in poverty by creating horrible incentives that punish you for doing better. See, it's funny how he opens with the just because libertarians thing and then moves on to make a right-wing point. Literally a Fox News welfare queen's talking point that he's pulling out of his ass. It's like it creates an incentive to punish you for doing well. But that's not where he stops. If you've ever been on one of these government assistance programs, you would see why $1,000 is better. I don't know for a fact that this guy has been on any government assistance programs, but Yang is not right-wing at all. If you look into him and his policies, including ranked choice voting, you'll understand he's the best hope for the future of our democracy and country, he says. And then he links to an article in the Medium about the article is called "There is no policy proposal more progressive than Andrew Yang's freedom dividend." There literally is, and it's called single payer universal free healthcare. But yeah. What else does he say? If you read the above detailed and fact-driven article, if you read the above detailed and fact-driven article and still think UBI is right-wing, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't think that UBI is right-wing. I think that the argument is fucking entirely more nuanced than any of you Yang gangers think about it. Like there's basically two different ways of doing it, a right-wing way and a left-wing way. The right-wing way would be, or the left-wing way would be, okay, every American citizen gets $100 a month on top of what they already get from the government. We're not going to make them choose. And the right-wing option says, actually, we are going to make them choose. And if you want to go even farther right, which this is not what Yang is proposing, but far right UBI would look like we're literally just going to eliminate the social safety net when we impose UBI. Now, I think that there's a logical through line here. There's a logical progression from having a right-wing UBI policy and having zero social safety nets in the country, because they become obsolete in terms of the market, because the UBI will have the monopoly on social safety net programs. This is the reason why this framing of the idea of universal basic income is right wing, is because it literally turns government programs into a competitive marketplace where the monopoly is the UBI that they impose, and everything else therefore gets consumed by it. And I mean, just that way of looking at things is fundamentally right wing. It's more based on hierarchy than human need, and that's like a real distinction philosophically between the right and the left. Um, um, but should I keep talking about this? I think there's more comments. Uh, no, there's not. There's not more comments. There might be emails though, so I think we're gonna check my email in the middle of the podcast. Gmail. Because I did include the email tagline at the end of this video. Social Revolution 2019 at gmail.com is my email address. Looks like there are no emails that came in. That's okay though. Yeah. So I guess that would be the whole Andrew Yang business. I have a feeling that I'm gonna get bombarded by the Yang Gang again because I'm literally gonna make another video just solely based on why Andrew Yang's version of universal basic income is just a bad policy. Um, and I mean, all these people who think that they're being so progressive are literally just like looking at this through a right-wing lens because they literally think welfare is bad. Like they literally think the social safety net is bad because this, at least this one does. He literally says the current programs are horrible, along with the incentives that they produce. But regardless, so I guess basically the point is more on Yang later. Let's actually talk about the debates pretty soon because the second round of, I think they're the second round. I don't watch TV, guys, so I don't know. Like, I'm gonna fucking just admit to you right now, I didn't watch the full debates. I didn't watch the full debates either time. But I basically wanted to say that they really fucked up. Whoever it was, the DNC behind the scenes pulling the strings, or just CNN, really fucked up when they put Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders on the same night, because they fucked on everyone else. Now, if you guys don't know this, Elizabeth Warren is my second choice, I believe. Would probably be. Wait, actually, no. I'm so wrong about that. I don't even know why I'm lying to you guys. Tulsi is my second choice. Marianne Williamson is my third. Elizabeth Warren is my fourth, and Andrew Yang actually is my fifth candidate that I'm choosing in the ranking order. And obviously, number one is Bernie Sanders. It's not my Bernie mug, but Coke still feels the burn, I suppose. But yeah, they really screwed up with that move, because originally I hated that. I saw that and I was like, this is some establishment fuckery. Like, you can't pass that off like you didn't do that on purpose. You literally put Biden and Kamala on the same night, and you put Warren and Sanders on at the same night. That's, you put, because this is, I said this in the Marianne Williamson Andrew Yang video. We used to categorize 2019 primary Democratic candidates as like real progressive corporatist, but I think a different type of categorization is in order here, because I think it's way better at this point to look at it in terms of establishment candidates and anti-establishment or non-establishment candidates, because that's really what we're looking at. You have, and of course, all the establishment candidates are corporatists on some level. Even if they're like Beto, who doesn't take corporate PAC money and tried to trick us into thinking he was a real leftist back when he ran against Ted Cruz, which he should literally just go do again. Like, just go run for Senate, bro. But because I'm gonna make a video about this too. Beto is done. Beto is done. Biden is probably done. At least he should be. Buttigieg is, I mean, people people are saying that he did good in the debates or something, but like, um 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 what the fuck was I talking about? God fucking damn it. I was talking about how people are saying Buttigieg did good in the debate. Whatever, bro. Like, he's still a nothing. Like, Buttigieg, Booker, Biden, Beto are all centrist nothings, and they should all go home at this point. But it was interesting to watch John Delaney against Warren and Sanders, and just the amount of times they just pummeled him, because you could tell that they were using, or that CNN and the establishment were using John Delaney as a stand-in for Joe Biden. Even though they could have easily just been like, okay, Warren versus Biden, Sanders versus Kamala, like, because we already saw Sanders versus Biden. So, and Kamala was there. So, like, I don't understand, man. I didn't understand the placings, but then after it happened, I was happy with it, because I mean, I don't care about the debate that Bernie's not in, because that was the interesting one, really. Let's try to actually get some rosters up here of like Democratic debate. Democratic debate. Only 7 candidates have qualified for the next Democratic debate. This is news. So this is just some breaking news on the Social Revolution podcast. 7 candidates have already made both. This is from the New York Times. 7 candidates have already met both qualification thresholds and are guaranteed a spot on stage. They are Biden, Booker, Buttigieg, fuck, Beto. They're all here. All the centrists fucks didn't leave yet. Kamala, Bernie, and Warren. 3 other candidates are very close. Castro and Yang have both surpassed 130,000 donations, while Cloud Boot Jar has met the polling threshold and has about 10,000 donors short of that. So that's interesting news. What about Tulsi? Beyond them, only 3 candidates have even a single qualifying poll to their name. Tom Steyer, which is just mind-boggling. Tulsi Gabbard and Hickenlooper somehow. Looks like Delaney won't be in the next debate, huh? Or Kirsten Gillibrand. That's a good thing. Yeah, but that's not even, we just went on a full-on tangent with that. That's not even what I'm fucking looking for with the search. Oh god. Roster. Show me the roster. There's no roster in this recent searches. Night 2. Just show me a image list, please, God. The first Democratic debate. No, I remember that one. Show me the second one. The second. The second one, please, and thank you. Is that Tulsi in the white? It is, isn't it? She's so attractive, but not in that picture. Is this them? Yeah, it is them. Okay, so it was like Bernie. You got Bernie here and Warren right in the center. Buttigieg, Cloud Boot Jar, Tim Ryan, Beto, Hickenlooper, Delaney, and whoever the hell you are. And then Marianne Williamson over there on the far left, or I guess they're far right, but I don't know, man. If Williamson tilts to Yang when she inevitably drops out, I'm gonna be upset, especially if Yang doesn't then tilt to Bernie at the end when he realizes he can't win. Trying to figure out who that other guy was. Was it Michael Bennett? I don't fucking know, dude. I'm so glad Eric Swalwell is gone. I'm so glad. I'm so glad he was the one who was just like, yeah, I have no shot. I have no shot at this. There's a picture of them all standing together. It is, but it's Photoshop. I feel like they all wouldn't get along that well when put together that way. Hell was that? My ceiling just cracked a little more. Sorry if this episode seems like slow or whatever. It seems like I have had the worst day today. I had the worst day and the worst night last night, which is why this podcast didn't come out last night instead of tonight. And I literally haven't slept a wink. So excuse me. But yeah, like the amount of times Delaney got clocked by Bernie and Warren was astounding. Like, and just the fact, just Bernie was just strong. Bernie just came out swinging this time. Bernie was just a winner. He hit Tim Ryan with the old "I wrote the damn bill" line, which is good. Oh, I think it was Michael Bennett or Steve Bullock who's also on that. I don't. Those two people might as well be brothers, like Jesus. But the "I wrote the damn bill" thing was really strong. And I mean, I like how Bernie was just taking no prisoners. I saw on Vox that they called it like progressives. It was like Elizabeth Warren was the good cop and Bernie was the bad cop, attack dog kind of guy. And that type of talk is what makes me wish that Richard Ojeda, who's a lesser known candidate, didn't drop out literally like 2 months after he announced back in the winter time, because I mean, like, it's just he was the attack dog for the real left. Like he was that. I don't see like any other role that he would have filled in the debates, to tell you the truth, other than just being an aggressive type of guy. And then I mean, probably a Bernie Sanders cabinet member, I would hope. I would hope anyway. Because I could tell that he was a redneck who was right. He was a West Virginian, or I think West Virginian redneck who was correct about a lot of things, and most things by the looks of it didn't seem to have any grave transgressions on progressivism, but this might be kind of this podcast might be short. I just wanted to address the Yang Gang commenters, even though I know I'll get more of them. And I mean, what else should I talk about here? I don't know if anyone cares about this, but the Communist Manifesto analysis video should be coming soon. And then, I mean, other than that, it's like, I gotta make a video about Yang again, gotta make a video about the centrists and why they should all go home. Because I'm gonna be just straight up honest with you, I don't want to deal with a Biden presidency or a Booker presidency or a Beto presidency or a Buttigieg presidency. Now, I don't think of all those four, the one that I can tell you won't get the nomination is Beto. Because Buttigieg does Beto better than Beto does. And Buttigieg has more of a just the appeal to the vacuous centrists of just being so goddamn vacuous. And just he literally says like policy, bro? Policy, bro? I don't give a fuck about policy, bro. I care about values. It's like, dude, first of all, when you know that progressive policy agenda is popular in the country, why would you not run on that? The way Bernie is, and the way everyone who keeps trying to copy Bernie but make it more palatable to the establishment is Kamala Harris. Oh God, it's so frustrating to me that we live in a society. You can cut it right there if you want to make a meme out of that, but it's just frustrating to me that we live in a society where it's literally like a whole bunch of corporate empty suit liars get up there on a stage on live TV and try to compete for the position of the leader of the free world. Like it's not a good look, we could say. But Cory Booker's eyes are blue. I didn't know. I didn't know that. Honest to gracious, I had no idea. Cory Booker had these like really weird, oddly vibrant, kinda hypnotic blue eyes. It's just odd. It's just, I wish I could just like superimpose this picture onto the live stream so you guys could see what I'm looking at here. Look it up. Look up like Cory Booker close up, and you'll probably see what I mean. Let me actually check. Cory Booker close up. Cory Booker close up. Yeah, you can definitely see it right here. It's weird. They're like steely blue. But yeah, I mean, manifesto analysis coming. Yang Gang, other video coming. Centrist video coming. And probably much more. So stay tuned. for all those things, and stay fucking politically motivated and involved. And I will see you guys on the next Social Revolution podcast. Sayonara, bucko.